Hey guys, I rewatched our first game of the season and we have a lot to work on. Don't let the score fool you. Winning doesn't mean you played well, and losing doesn't necessarily mean you played bad. It depends a lot on the skill of your opponents, obviously. And hate to say this, but the Lady Ducks were not very good at all. We will play better teams. Anyway, I sent videos for almost all these, probably not this one, but I sent videos for each of these and we need to get these by the end of the season. I'm pretty happy if you guys can all do that. Okay, these two things lead to a breakout. Today, I'm actually going to cover these four things. My videos tend to be pretty long, so I'll try to shorten it. These first two sections I'll fly right through, but we'll talk a little more on face-offs and especially breakouts. This is really important, and like I mentioned earlier, these two things lead to the breakout really often. If we do these two things well, we will also break out much better. So let's start with the random puck launches. I'm just going to show a barrage of them. Before I show the first clip, a few reminders on basic passing, something we do every single dry land. 1. Have your head up. Make sure your teammate is ready for it. That means he's looking at you and his stick is down. Then he's ready for the pass. If his stick's not down, he's not ready for it. Alright? So a lot of times, I get that someone's pressuring you and you're like, oh, I have to get rid of it. Couple things on that. One, if you're a more skilled player, if you know you're better, then try to hang on to the puck and don't just panic and fire it out. Hang on to it, twist and turn, try to find a better pass. In this case, it's Preston, and I think that's Annabella, maybe not, but either way, Preston, you have a giant skill edge. You don't really need to do that. So you can just keep skating it back behind her net. The other thing, too, is you guys need to utilize puck protection. That's why we did the puck protection drills at the beginning of the season. If you feel like there's pressure on you and you don't know where to pass, then just block them. Protect the puck. Even if you lose it, it's not the worst thing. You'll be right next to the other player if you lose it, okay? Don't just panic and throw it out. So in each of these clips, I don't want to spend too much time on this. I'm just going to show a barrage of these, and I won't explain why it's, well, I'll quickly explain why it's good or bad, but I won't go in depth with it, okay? So here's the first one, Preston. I knew Mateo fell over, we just threw it away. There's one by Chase. I get maybe you knew your teammate was there, but I didn't even see you look up, okay? Throw away there. There's one with Sam. Here's the puck protection I'm talking about. We're up, the other player's near you. Oh, let me get rid of it. Oh. No, just puck protect it. Hang on to it. Taylor does this quite a few times. Gets the puck and just kind of launch it in a direction. You're not looking at the tape. You're not just throwing it in an area. Good back check by Barba, or angling, I should say. But just remember, we're trying to get the puck and go back. We don't just fire it forward randomly. Bodie is especially guilty of this. You're throwing it up the middle. This could be a breakaway if Fitz is a better player. That's why you just throw it down here. So the other one. This one's similar with Bodie. Right, you're just kind of randomly throwing it up the middle. Use the board instead. And we'll see a few with Sam. Okay. If you're gonna dump this in, then use the board instead. Ultimately, though, I'd rather just have you hang on to the puck and pass it or skate it in. And the last two with Sam here. It goes to the middle, you throw it out right to the other team, and you'll see one more coming up right here. Stop there here, and you get right back there. Okay. Alright, so the point I want to emphasize is don't give the other team the puck unless you absolutely have to. That sounds obvious, but just in these short 3 minutes, you guys saw a bunch of examples where we did exactly that. We gave the other team the puck. And believe me, it wasn't just these guys. There were countless more. This could have been like 20 minutes long. I can show each one and break it down. Right? Let's try not to give the other team the puck. Let's actually try to make passes. Don't randomly just throw it forward. This is not tennis. You want to possess the puck. Control, control, control. Alright, next, let's talk about line changes. I'll fly right through this. The main thing I want to emphasize here, if we call your name, like if I say Manny, don't change until you find a good time to do so. If some trouble happens, like you have to stop a breakaway, stop the breakaway. If the puck is near you, play the puck. Right? When we call you, that's a reminder that you're supposed to change, and then try to find the right time to change. Ultimately, you guys need to make your own changes without the coaches. All right, we're not very good at that at all. So we'll work on it. So here's the first example. So we're calling Manny off, so you see him like turn around, right? And he skates off. Watch the play as you skate back, so that we don't just give up a breakaway like this. Okay, good job on Owen hustling back. Nixon, if you jump on late, you need to cover this middle. As a side note. All right, and this one was pretty egregious. I'm sure a lot of you remember this. Borba's going hard after it. I don't know what he heard, and he just turned and left the puck. Okay, so remember, this is why I call you Borba now. I don't call you Jake because you used to get that mixed up when we say skate, skate, skate. All right, but either way, look at the bench real quick, and then just go and play the puck. If they did call your name anyway. Get the puck first, go play it, find a good time to get out. And then another reminder I should tell you guys, we don't want to change when the puck's on this side as much. We'll change one at a time when they like ice it down. But we seem to do that every time. We need to change when the puck's in the offensive zone, not the defensive zone. Because now, as you're going to see here, we all just left, watch. So Jake then gets off. We left, I think that's Sam by himself. Right? So we can't all change when the puck gets dumped down. We need to break out first, all right, and then get into the offensive zone. All right, the last example here, Nixon dumps it in. He skates in, and then I guess he heard his name. Just watch the play, because if something like this happens, you need to play the puck first. All right, so keep that in mind. When we call you off, that means it's time to get off. You don't have to get off at that split second. Now let's move on to the meat and potatoes of the video. First part being face-offs. We'll start with the neutral zone. So right here, remember our plan is to win it back to the D. So I have a few things to say about this. And of course, watch the videos if you haven't done so. I'm not going to re-explain everything. Just briefly touch up on some stuff here. It's a good job to winning it back. Okay, so a couple problems. Owen, I can already see your angle of approach. You're looking to get the puck and go this way. All right, your first instinct should be the other way. You go this way, block this player, go back. Go back, you should have a DDD pass. And you see Manny's going to be skating back there, which is well done on Manny's part. Rayon, real fast, a lot of times I see you just going back right away, and you're like a foot away from Manny. It doesn't help, all right? We need a little bit of space, so you don't have to like haul your butt as fast as you can. Sometimes, if we win it clean, you just gotta stay here, and maybe even go forward a little bit. You need to have a little bit of space. So at this point, it's pretty good. As Manny kept going back, now it's good. Now that space is much better, so his pass will be effective. Other winger, need to be going to the board. I know you fell, but then you just hit the brakes all of a sudden. You gotta go to the board, understand your breakout position. This is also why your angle of approach should not be this way. Now it's like a 50-50 battle, whereas you probably should have had it clean. Right, center, I'll talk about this problem later on with you alone. A minor thing I want to mention in the neutral zone, and Chase, don't line up till your teammates are ready, please. But we're trying to win it back. Okay. Wingers, if it trickles in like this, yeah, go ahead and get it, but you're throwing the puck back to your D immediately. You're not trying to turn forward with it. Okay, then we have that problem. And I'll show the last bad example, because this one was a pretty big disaster in a lot of parts, but we'll see why. So good job winning it back. So Bodie gets the puck. All right, good job going back. Now we don't have anyone on the other board. Remember, our plan is to go D to D automatic. That way we have a player here that he can automatically throw it forward to. So we have no winger there. This is probably Marshall's job. Off the face-off. You see that one back, you should have just gone right here. Chloe, I think it's Chloe, I'm not sure, but that's okay. That's good. You're on the board. We can't pass it to you because there's 2 white jerseys there. But what I wanted to say here, though, this is why you need to know what the stagger is. You need to go behind the puck carrier. We do not want the puck carrier to be the last guy with the puck. And if you are, you better not mess up, or you better just pass it up. You see Bodie, all right, I'm going to make a one-on-one move, and then you get punished. So this is what happens when you mess up as the last guy back. This is why I also would like my D guys being the most responsible players. And this player, see, now he's like, oh shoot, he messed up. Now I better go back. No, you should have already planned that. You should already be staggering so in case he does something silly like this. And that led to the direct goal. We got punished severely for that. Right, this one was very good. So I'll end up the neutral zone with this one. Jackson with it straight back. Excellent job. We go back. No stagger, unfortunately, but he goes D to D. Okay, Bradley, I know you're not quite on the same page with us, but you need to go on the board. Julie, you should know this, though. You should automatically go to the board. As soon as you see the puck go backward, boom, go to the board. Now Sam has nobody to throw it to, so he's just going to skate it up instead. Which is okay, I guess. But that one was executed okay. We won it back, went D to D. And then, let's go ahead and pass it to the wing. Wingers get in the right spots. Alright, now let's talk about face-offs in the defensive zone, which we absolutely butchered. We're going to line up like this. Right, some teams will have this part slightly differently, but we'll do it like this. It's a little more intuitive. Remember, D is lined up on the board. I won't go over everything again, but the thing I want to mention is this D, you're not playing in front of the goalie. We don't let goalie play goalie. D, your job is to tie up this player so they don't have a clean shot right away. Our plan, we win it back, not towards the goalie, but in this corner so that the D can just get it and just rim it hard around the board. That way our winger can just go straight here. Sometimes the D can help out too and give a D to D pass. I won't cover everything. I won't cover all the responsibilities. Watch that video. So just you can pause this yourself and watch all the responsibilities, but this is kind of what we want it to look like. We're going to go straight to that board, passes it, and this is the other winger, if you notice. So once he wins it, watch this other winger. He starts going across the other way because he knows the play is going that way. Okay. All right, so look at our lineup here. Right, D, way too far. Let goalie play goalie. D, your job is to get her so she can't just get a shot. Okay. And then you'll see Nixon score a goal here. This is what the winger is supposed to do. So he did exactly what the winger did, and that's why I want the winger lined up there, not the D. Okay, nice goal, by the way. Okay, here we almost got it, but the D is not lined up next to the other winger. The whole point is so that their winger doesn't just get the puck for free. Here we have our D and our winger, our winger, Bradley, and our D, Sam, mixed up. So you'll see Sam did exactly what Nixon did, where he just jumped right in. That's what I want the winger to do. Okay, that's why the winger's lined up there. Right, and then he's off to the races. Okay. You guys got to help each other out, too. Bradley's new. Talk to him. Tell him where to line up. Sam missed dry land. This is why it's important to show up those dry lands. But the rest of you got to know. You got to know. You got to communicate. We're way too quiet. Alright, so same here. So now we finally have the wingers in the right spot, but the D is a little far back. You should be right behind Julie. And this is just not quite understanding what the game plan is. So it goes back, right? So we want to go weak side. That means he's just going to get it and just going to wrap it this way. He usually doesn't even have to look. But unfortunately, we don't have a winger there. Winger, you got to react. Boom, we win it. Oh, it goes backward. Boom, I'm on the board. I think Chloe started going there. Yeah, okay. So not bad, but see, we went the wrong way. So that wraps that this section. Hold on, pull that up. So that wraps up the face-offs, but it's really important to understand, like, I get hockey is very complex, a lot of stuff going on in the ice, but face-offs, you can plan everything ahead. There should be no real confusion with that part. So you can't be on autopilot. You have to be thinking. You got to be thinking. And this is like the easiest thing to do. Face-off responsibilities. You can plan ahead. You can tell yourself what to do. Hey, what do I do if I win? What do I do if I lose? Say that a million times. So know this part, please. This is like the easiest thing to get. And lastly, to move on to the most important section, the breakouts. I won't re-explain everything. There's a video for that, so be sure to watch it. I'll point out a couple of these things if I see it, which I already have a few times. But the main thing I want to emphasize on this is wingers, go to the board. Stop going towards the middle of the ice. So let's go ahead and show it. Get right into it. Right, here's the first one where the vast majority are out of position. So we know Nixon's going to get the puck for sure. Like, it's clear cut. So this is where you get into breakout positions. Okay, centers, you usually stay in the middle, but if you don't see anyone on the board, you're going to have to go to the board. That takes priority. So as Nixon gets the puck, we stagger. First guy stagger. Someone, board. Someone else, board. Okay, fill those positions. Stagger, board, board. And unfortunately, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 guys out of position. All right, maybe he's sort of getting into the right position. Okay, and at this point, then Nixon just kind of passes to no one, but he kind of has to, kind of not. If you have a little more skill, you can just get the puck. You see no one, then just go back. Okay, so that's the first breakout. All right, next breakout's equally bad. See, Sam gets it, clear cut. All right, he has it from first shooter going back towards his own net, so get into breakout positions. All right, so Bradley, not on the board. I know you don't know this, so you're going to have to start learning. But get to a board. Mateo's close to the board, but we don't want to be 10 feet away from the board. We want your butt on the board. Butt on the board, okay? Because then Sam can't pass it to you. And then these two players too far. Center, Preston, you got to know this, but you should be in front of the goalie, okay? Because you're secondary support. I need you to know this as a center. I know you haven't played a whole lot in the past few seasons, but you got to know this. All right, this is going to be really important. You shouldn't be way up here. Because now, I mean, yeah, what the heck is Sam supposed to do with it? All right. And on that side note, Sam, when you get the puck, there's no need for you to expose it and force a pass if you don't have to. You can rim it right now if you want. All right, but you don't want to give those tough bank passes that are hard to handle. The best thing I would have liked to see you do is just stop behind the net. Just stop behind the net and then just take your time with it. Okay, this one's decent. There's some good parts and a bad part to this. Alright, so just clears the blue line, and Jackson gets the puck. And this is also why I don't care what your starting positions are. Jackson gets the puck, he is now a defenseman. So this is where the rest of you have to figure out, alright, where do I go? Again, stagger, and then board and board. Stagger, board, and board. Jackson goes back, Borba sort of goes back, but I don't want to sort of go back. I want you to give him a backward pass. In the past, I talked about, like, if you go forward, the problem is, if this player's a little bit closer and she picks it off, we're cooked. We're done. Okay? This stagger, it needs to be a straight backward pass, maybe even like a 45-degree pass. And for those of you that are confused, hold on. Okay? The stagger isn't like, oh, I'm barely behind him. No, I want you like here. Here, here, here. It's an easy backward pass. Okay. Anyway, fairly well executed though. He goes back, D to D. Automatic, just like our face-off. Our face-offs are really a breakout. Go back, D to D, but no winger here. No winger here at all. Okay. So with that said, yeah, good job skating up. You got room, then skate up. Alright, and the last one, we're going to end it on a good one. This one was really well executed, actually. So, you see all the components here. Puck gets it. Owen, instead of turning forward and just launching it forward, he gets the puck and goes back. Great puck retrieval. Get the puck, go back. Manny, stagger back. So that's really well done. And then you'll see Rayon go to the board. My only complaint, Rayon, is you did that same thing where you're a bit too close to Manny. Okay, space out a bit. You don't have to like hustle really far back. As a matter of fact, with no one on this side, you could be all the way on this blue line. Okay, we're trying to get the puck ahead and with control, so you don't have to be that close. Okay? If she's like right here, if she starts coming closer, then you have to scoot up on the board. Right, but let's go ahead and play it. So D to D, Rayon opens up. He calls for the pass. Boom. And then on top of that, a bonus, which I've never talked about really, is secondary support. As soon as your winger gets it, the center needs to give him a pass. My only complaint with that is, Preston, again, you're way too far. You gotta understand, okay, you should be right here. Because sometimes we'll pass it the other way. Mateo, you gotta be on a board, buddy. Right? I will say that's the one fault. But, yeah, Preston, you got to be here so that by the time Rayon gets the pass, he has a quick, easy chip here, here, maybe against the board. So you have all sorts of options. Alright, so you're too far. Right, so as soon as he gets it, you should be like right on that blue line, and then skating full speed ahead. Right, there's too many times we're catching the pass, our feet are turned pointing this way, so we get it, then we have to turn all the way around and then skate forward. We should already be going forward by the time we get it, especially that secondary pass. Okay, you see it takes that extra time, and it didn't matter as we were offside by a mile, but regardless, really well done. Okay, so let me just go and play that one more time, as you guys can see what it's supposed to look like. Okay, puck retrieve, D to D to wing. Okay, and then the center should be skating forward, not backward. Okay. Alright, so that wraps up this video. As a reminder, well, let me pull this one up actually. Okay, these are the things we're trying to get in the entire season. You can get ahead, you can rewatch those videos. The breakouts, for the most part, just know what the winger and D do. The center is a bit more difficult, so I'm only going to cover that with a few of you. Okay. Alright, it's about a 20-minute video, not too bad. Let's work on these things, and I'll see you guys this weekend.